Good morning, students, and now we have come to the part. We have completed exercise 1 of arithmetic progressions. Now we have come to the second exercise. Second exercise is completely based on one single formula, that is nth term of arithmetic progression. How do you find the nth term of arithmetic progression? In fact, we have discussed this concept also earlier in our live classes, and we have derived this formula a power an nth term, that is an, is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So the nth term is the first term plus one number less than n, and then multiplied with the common difference d. Based on this, we have done some sums and we have answered certain questions. And here the formula looks like this. If you know n for sure, like if you want in place of n, if you have, like if you want fifth term, we wrote directly a plus 1 less than 5, that is 4d. a 10th term, if you want 1 less than 1 less than 10, that is a plus 9d. So a 15, 1 less than 15, that is 14, a plus 14d. This way we used to find the value nth term of the given series. We have done this, that the first Roman and the second Roman we have done. Now what we are going to do is the same formula. It has four various variables, that is nth term, the first term, the common difference, and the n itself. So using the same formula by rearranging the terms, that is formula is actually defined for the nth term an, but there are so in some cases we will get the value of an, we got the value of dn, and we get the value of d, and we need to find out the value of n, a. Similarly, out of these four parameters, in any kind of question within this exercise, out of these four parameters, or out of these four variables, they will give you the value of 3, either directly or through the clue, and they'll ask you to find out the missing variable. Now here, let us see, this is the formula. In case if they ask you for value of n, simply we will send this entire part to the other side of the story, that is a power n plus n minus 1 into d becomes minus n minus 1 into d, and you will get the value of a. Similarly, in case if you need to find the value of d after getting all these three values, first you will send the value a to the other side, that is an minus a, it will become, then n minus 1, which is multiplying on this side, transfers to the other side, and it divides the function that is left out on the right side. Sometimes if they ask you n minus 1, we will send the d and minus 1 also the other side. Though it looks a little bit complicated, this is just the procedure. When you are doing, you find it very easier. So again, let me repeat, using this one particular formula, we are doing four things, that is finding nth term, that is directly finding an, and finding the first term, that is finding the first a value, or finding the common difference, sometimes finding d, and finding the number of terms, that is n. So using one formula, the four different types of questions may arise, and in fact, other than these four types of questions, we have two more types of questions that we will be discussing in our next class. Today's our prime concentration will be finding number of terms. Okay, before going into that, let's rewind. Let's do some two sums based on what we have learned so far, not this particular formula directly, that is finding the value of an. Let's see the value. If you see the question, they are asking find the 30th term of the arithmetic progression, find the 11th term of the arithmetic progression. So as you know, 30th term, a30 is equal to a plus 1 less than 30, that is 29 into d. So all you need to know is a value and d value. A is obviously the first term, that is 10 plus 29 into d. D is difference between two consecutive terms, that is d is equal to second term minus first term. What is the second term here? 7 minus, what is the first term here? 10. 7 minus 10 minus 3. Whenever you get negative d value, you have to understand that the series is decreasing. The value of series is means the value, each next value will be decreasing. So here 10, next 7, 4, it is decreasing. So the d value is negative, so minus 3. That is equal to 10 minus 87, and that becomes negative 77. So the correct option is C. In the similar manner, you can find the 11th term also, a plus 10d. In case of this one, a is equal to negative 3, and if you want d, that is second term minus first term, that is minus 1 by 2 is second term, minus first term is negative 3. So that becomes minus 1 by 2 plus 3, 3 minus 1 by 2, 2.5. This is a positive value, that's why the series value is increasing. Negative 3 is smaller, negative 1 by 2 is little bit bigger, and 2 is, the next term is very big, a little bit more bigger. So what we can see is, so here the function is, the series is increasing series. So you are going to get a positive number. Definitely you can say this is not the option. Your option lies between either two of these. Just work out this sum. You have a value, d value. Once you substitute in a plus 10d, you will get the value of a11. So this is what we have learned in our earlier classes. Today our prime concentration is to finding n, that is n number of terms in a particular question. So here is an example of this, is example 10 in your textbook. There is a flower bed and the pattern goes like this: in one row 23, the next row 21, the next row 19. So you can clearly see this is a decreasing series, 23, 21, 19. And the first term you know already, it is a, and the difference you want to know, second term minus. So whenever we see the series, first thing we will find out these two, then we will think about what to be done next. So 21 minus 23, negative 2. So you have value of a, you have value of d, and there are 5 rose plants in the last row. That is, the last row means last term in this series. So on, if you go, the last term is 5, that is nth term is also given 5, and they're asking you to find number of rows, how many rows are there in the flower bed. That's, they are asking you to find value n. So simply we have taken the values that we have, and we have substituted in the an formula, and simplified for n. We got the value of n. So we can decide there are 10 rows in this flower bed. So this is an example. Based on this, we have sums in the exercise. Up to third sums you have already done. So let's do the fourth sum. The first term is a. We have a here. We can find out d since it is increasing series. 8 minus 3, 5, and 78. This nth term, an, we have. So all we need to do is to find out n, like we have done in this particular simplification. Similarly, this question we have an, and a and n can be, a and d can be taken out of these values. 13 minus 7 is d, and 7 is a. So similarly here we have the first term, and we can find out the d value, and this is a power an, that is nth term, and all you need to find out is n. The same procedure. Here check whether 150, negative 150, check whether negative 150 is a term of this arithmetic series. No. So here negative 150, what term, whether if it is a term or not, they are asking. So we will find out, we'll try to find out n in the same way as we have done in the earlier cases. If n comes in an integer value, round figure, that is 5th term or 6th term or 100th term or 200th term, any term, if it comes in a round figure, then we can say it is a term of this particular series. If it comes in a fraction, there is no meaning in fraction. N is the number of term. First term we can say, second term we can say, 50th term we can say. What is 50 by 2 term? 25th term, okay. In case if it comes in a fraction which cannot be expressed as an integer, like 1 by 2, half the term, is there anything like that? No. So we will say it is not a term. So like this, just try to find out the value of n. If you get a round figure, an integer, then you can say it is a term of this series. Otherwise it is not. There is no such term as negative 150 in this particular series, is what you can write. Now there are two more sums which come into this same category. How many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7, and how many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? These two also come in the same category. So the question is number of 3-digit numbers, number of 3-digit numbers divisible by 7. 3-digit numbers means they start with 100 and end with 9. But there is another condition, 3-digit number, and it should be divisible by 7. Whether 100 comes in 7 table? No. So 101? No. 102? It doesn't come in 7 table. 102? 7 1s are 7, 7 32. No. So 103, 104 and 105, if you check, 105 comes in 7 table. It is divisible by 7. 7 1s are 7 and 35, 7 5s are 35. So 105 is the first 3-digit number which is divisible by 7. So what will be the next one? Automatically 7 more than that. That is 112, so on. So this is the series they are discussing about. And what will be the last term? Whether 999 comes in 7th term, 7 table? No. 7 and 999, if you divide, 7 1s are 7, 29, 7 4s are 28 and 19, 7 2s are 14. So what will be left out? 5. So 5 less than this, that is 994 will come in 7 table. 7 1s are 7, 29, 7 4s are 28, 1 and 7 2s are 14. So 994 is the first term that comes in, last term, that 3-digit number that is divisible by 7. So the question becomes, this is the series, that is, it starts with 105 and last number is, nth term is 994, and the d, obviously, since it is divisible by 7, the difference between two numbers will be 7. D is equal to 7. First term is equal to 105, nth term is equal to 994. Find how many number of such terms are there. That means you will have to find the value of n. And similarly, the next question also, similarly, multiples of 4 means between 10 and 250. 10 doesn't come in 4 table, 11 it doesn't come, then 12 is the first number after 10. Between 10 and 250, the first term that comes in 4th table is 12. And next one will be obviously 16. Since multiples differ by 4, this is an arithmetic progression. And what will be the last term? Whether 250 come in 4 table, we will have to check. 4 6 are 24 and 10, 8. That is 2 you will be more. 250 if you divided by 4. So 6 are 24 and 10. 4 2s are 8 and 2. So 2 more it is there. So what we can say? So 248 is the last term possible in this series. So we have the series now. We have the first term, we have the difference, and we have the nth term. All we need is the value of n. How many such terms are there? Similar method how we have seen in the example, we can do this also. So this way you are going to solve these sums, and tomorrow we will be discussing the left out sums. In case of any doubts, don't forget to message me in my personal WhatsApp. You know how to do that. Thank you.